Greetings, guys. This is sort of my rundown on how I spent my wipe. Like everybody else, wake up on the beach naked and try to pick where you're going to live through the wipe. I have very limited time to play, so I play on a smaller server, Rusty Toronto, and just plug away. It's small pop, and it's, you know, it's not too challenging, but it's fun. So, like everything else, I popped onto the server, start gathering some resources, and pick a spot to live. So get your tools going, grab some food, and start collecting and recycling as much as possible. Get the food, dump the anti-radiation pills. I think everybody does that. So this wipe was not bad. I got robbed a few times, built a few bases, tried to put my my new base builds into an actual test and get things going. So plugged away and really get rolling. So once we've got the resources, collect as much wood and stone as possible, get going with your wipe. It was fun. I have to say I really enjoyed it. It's not done yet, but at the tail end. So like everybody else, you get your recycling going, you get everything through the recycler, just grind it down to nothing. You want to get that base laid down. So to start on my wipe, I did the 1x1 that I like to build, and I found a nice little tucked away spot between some rocks that would, give some visible cover so it wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb. And it was close to a few mid-grade monuments, satellite and junkyard, and a mining outpost, so I had access to lots of roads. And I just built my 1x1 that really is not much to it. It has a couple undrainable shotgun traps, so once it's up and running, it's very hard base to raid. So yeah, we'll just go through the build real quick. And it was just me thinking where the hell I was going to do it. Now originally I was doing this, I was going to do a stability seal on the front of the base, but you'll see in the future that I didn't use that because I scuffed it. I ended up putting a floor down that would catch the stability portion and fuck it up. And this was going to be a little shooting spot here as well. So I built into the rocks slightly because you can clip some objects into rocks. I ended up putting a workbench there. But yeah. So get the builds going. This is as it's completed. Everything's up to steel, and anything facing outwards I put up to armor. So it was pretty cheap. Left the foundation stone, and just kept farming away. Got my level 2 down. Got my SAR, and just headed out into the world to keep grinding away. So on my travels, I found a boathouse that was not quite complete. So this is one of the things I took over just for fun. Someone had built a massive wooden boathouse, and they didn't get to complete it. Well, I sort of robbed it, but I guess that's why my stuff ends up getting raided as well. But yeah, it was a pretty big-ass boathouse. And I'll show you here in a second. As you can see, missing garage door, easy access. The foundations are all up high so you can jump in. Now this would be good for a Rahib, but yeah. I thought, what the hell? I'd take over this boathouse. And they didn't lock this garage door. So free garage door as well. How could I resist? So, I figure, yeah, you know what? Let's take this. So, work away and see what we can do. just like that, movie magic, you can see it being completed now. I went role play, threw down, there was a shit ton of animals on the island, so I made use of the leather, and with lots of bear rugs, it was pretty much 100% comfort wherever you went in the boathouse, so it was pretty good. Yeah, I role played the shit out of this. I was bored. And this boathouse doesn't have any tricks, any stability or anything. It was just simply, why not? I even left a mailbox outside to put some guest code in it, so if the person that owned it wanted to use it, they still could, but I ended up just keeping it. So after I got bored with that, I went on to build a mini heli base on stilts. This is one of my newer builds, and it was over by launch, and I was going to make use of launch and really grind up the gears and get it built. So there was lots of nodes and allowed me to farm up pretty quick. I got a jackhammer right away, so I was able to really build this one up pretty fast. And a mining hat is a lovely thing. So get the rope going and start building the framework. This is one of my previous build videos, but I wanted to build it and actually make use of it. The bases I do builds on, I like to use myself and test them, make sure that, you know, I'm not pushing out builds to people that are no good. So I built this and I lived in it, and it got robbed, and from that I learned a few things I could improve to make it that much harder to build. So the people that ended up breaking into this base did spend a shit ton of sulfur. They went through, I think, 8 or 9 garage doors, and 1, 2, 3 armored doors, a double and 2 singles. And then the TC was sealed in the metal wall with the reinforced glass window. So it was definitely it was pretty good to learn how they did that. They went through the heli landing pad at the top and grinded their way down into the main part of the base. So knowing that now, I need to see if I can figure out a way to either seal the base off or make it better with the undrainable shotgun traps. And another thing I learned here too is hopping into this base was a pain in the ass. I had to actually place a wood floor below to catch me when I fall there. So I gotta fix this right here, jumping into the base. So live and learn. And I just kept grinding away to build it, and eventually turned it into a metal base, which is around 5k metal frags a month if you want to know the build cost. I'm going to do another base build on this one because I really like this base. It was actually quite fun to live in it. So in the end, I took my heli back, as the one that I had in there I lost, and on my final trip back, I ended up noticing something wasn't quite right. My garage door and my little Christmas lights that I have for the heli landing pad just weren't there. So it was good. I was happy that it got raided, actually. Now I know for next time what to improve on to make it that much harder. So I didn't notice the Christmas lights there, so I start circling around, and actually, pardon me, this is a little bit earlier in the video. Haha, this is incomplete, so this is when it was still stone. So never mind, I'm ahead of myself here in this video. I'll get back to you on the robbery. We'll come back to it. So right now this is just getting the heli into the base and getting it all sealed up. And this is the incomplete. where it's still stone. And now is when the robbery occurs. I was feeling good about myself. Went for a recycling run. And I hear somebody coming up. See you later. Adios. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I just deleted somebody. He was stacked. So I make a final run. I go back to the boat base. And at this point, I've added a couple little heli garages on top. Just cause, why not? I need another heli in my launch base. So we'll head back over, and this is where I learn of the robbery. So it was a fun wipe, guys, I have to say. I definitely learned a bunch of things on this adventure. The heli base is definitely one I want to work on, but yeah. You can see here I did a little bit of a role play there with the dock down below. And my little solo 1x1s in this tree, in this rock foundation right there. And we'll just head over to launch here and discover my poor robbed base. God, I love these helicopters. So much fun. And my friend's base right here was just robbed the other night, so I really shouldn't have been surprised that it got hit, but that's his Zerg compound base. So coming up to mine, my shock and surprise when I noticed there is no Christmas lights on the landing pad. Something doesn't quite look right. Yeah, something is missing. So I'll do a little circle, and I notice ladders at the back there. Yep, and that's not my door. It's not a garage door. I'm really frustrated at this point, and I clipped the building, and goodbye, heli. And there's the friggin' ladders. So, knowing this was how they robbed this base, I have to plan a better way of doing this. So right above this door is a shotgun trap, so I need to stash my gear and not lose it if I get killed by the shotgun trap, because I could be pretty screwed here if that trap goes off. So I'm trying to absolutely minimize everything and just take a little bit of wood and a building plan, and we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I have to change this front entrance for sure. So that shotgun trap is empty. And the door is closed, so I think I fucked up there. I don't think I loaded that shotgun trap. So here's my poor gutted base. Someone dumped a TC there, they took it out of there. Armored door was here, and lockers and walls. Oh god, I lost everything. All the way up here with garage doors. Everything got just taken out. And this was going to be an unlootable loot room. I never quite finished that, so I have to say it was fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not too scuffed, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.